Greetings, everyone. I am Stephanie Chevalier, and I just wanted to introduce myself to those of you who are considering studying with me, or those of you who are already signed up to study Suzuki piano with me. Um, I am from Washington, D.C. originally, and I got into Suzuki piano actually in undergraduate school. My piano teacher there was also a Suzuki teacher. So I was very fortunate in that I got to study Suzuki piano in undergraduate school and then went on to study every summer. So I did my Suzuki studies over the course of about 8 years in studies. And then I did some long-term teacher apprentice training with Michiko Yurko. So, and then I took, I've been doing this for about 40 years. And then I took book one again this past spring with Caroline Fraser. Oh, do you hear a little pitter patter in the back? That is Maggie. Wait, where is she? Hello, Maggie. This is Maggie. She visits at lessons sometimes. Maggie's her full name is Anna Magdalena Bach. So if you're not in book two, you will learn about that in Suzuki book two. um, so anyway, but I digress. Let's carry on. Yes, so I went ahead and took book one again with Caroline Fraser, which was fabulous. She's a wonderful, wonderful teacher trainer, well known throughout the world. And I was fortunate to be accepted into her class and be able to take it online with her. Um, so that just tells you a little bit about me. I've spent a lot of my professional career singing opera. I spent about 10 seasons singing at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., and I had my European opera debut in 1999. And I taught Suzuki piano during that entire time at the Levine School of Music in Washington, D.C., and at the Charleston Academy of Music in Charleston, South Carolina. So let's go on and talk just a few minutes about how I teach Suzuki piano. And I teach very much in the traditional way, in that I teach a 1-point lesson. Of course, we do more than one thing, but we focus on one main point for each lesson. We bow at the beginning and at the end of every lesson. And we raise our ability with pieces that we know. So that's why we're always memorizing, and that's one of the reasons that we memorize, is that we raise our ability with the pieces that we know. And also, of course, sound first, and the Suzuki triangle, including the home teacher, who's the parent or guardian, the teacher, and the student. So that is how what my Suzuki piano philosophy is. I use a duet partner for my online teaching. I really believe strongly in online teaching. It reaches anyone, anywhere in the world. I do have international students. I'm in probably 4 different time zones. And it's wonderful when we get together as a group. It's very international, and you get to see all sorts of angles. The sound is far superior to Zoom. And let me just show you one of the things that I will do. I teach on 2 pianos. I will teach on this one. So for instance, you may hear and you can see the overhead view. I really do like that overhead view for a lot of reasons. But I also like this camera that I have. It's really cool. It looks sort of like an alien. It's a camera with these little octopus legs on it, and I love it because watch what I can do. So I can also teach. You can hear me on my grand over here. And then I also like to put this on the side so that you can hear and see the side view, which I think is a super, super important view. So, for instance, if I wanted to play for you one of my favorite pieces from book 2. So you can really see my hand position from the side, or even something from much later book 7. So you can really get the view from the side. Also, another reason why I like teaching online is that we can record every lesson, and we do. And I really like Duet Partner for that reason. We can record the lessons and they get sent to you via email. They also get stored on your where you'll have a little, it's like a folder, but it's your own board. And any assignments I give to you, all of those will be stored there chronologically. And any videos I make for you, any clips I make for you, your recorded lessons, um, they'll all be there as well. So it's wonderful because you can go back and see what your assignment was. What was I supposed to do? Or look how far I've come in the past 2 months. You can really look and see what you've done, what you've been doing. Duet Partner also has a repertoire list. So, as we polish our pieces, we sort of list them there, the pieces that are polished. It has a practice tracker, so you can keep track of your practice. It has a built-in metronome. And the student can contact me directly through the website. You can send me an email directly through the website. And all of this comes to you after your lesson. So I take notes, while we're doing our lesson, and when we record it, all of that will come to you. So that's one of the reasons I really like it. And when you're on the platform with me and you have been on Zoom before, you will definitely hear the difference and see the difference. So that's why I use Duet. There are other platforms that are really nice as well, but I like this because it has everything all in one spot. Like you can go to the front of the website and it'll show you the calendar for the school year, or when we're going to have our next coffee shop. I do like having informal play-ins and coffee shops. Play-ins are when the students play. It's very informal. Coffee shops are when the students play and they invite family members to play. And that's really fun too. Both of these are very informal. And that is in addition to our regular recitals. I do some other fun things like blue Jello cards. So these are the blue Jello cards. So we learn a lot of rhythms together as a group, and also we do this sometimes in our class as well, in our private lesson as well. So for instance, blue, 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 blue. And this is how we go through and learn our rhythms. Jello, 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 jello. I know, isn't that fun? So you've just learned quarter notes, and now we're going to put them together. What do we have here? Blue, blue, jello, blue, blue. So that sort of gives you an idea of one of the things that I do with blue Jello cards. I also like to make letter cards so that everybody has a set of A through G letter cards that we make out of paper or index cards. Also for the beginners, we like to use numbers, finger numbers. We play a lot of games with those. And then for the more advanced students, when we get into book 2 and above, we learn chords and such, and we use these little paint strips, which are kind of cool. And we learn about chords, and it's really fun. And we do some composition and things as well. And again, always sound first, always sound first. So that just gives you an idea of what I do in my studio. And most of my students call me Miss Stephanie. And I look forward to seeing you in the studio. Bye, friends.